What's up guys, today I'm going to show you 5 more awesome low grip tire drift builds in GTA 5. Alright, so first off we have the Bravado Buffalo. This is a very underrated but still a decent drift car. It makes good power and also has a pretty good mid-drive speed boost to back that up. Overall it feels pretty smooth with transitions and overall maneuverability, but unfortunately it just doesn't hold a lot of angle and can spin out very easily. Despite that though, this car still has good value because you can buy it for pretty cheap or steal it for free. However, there is minimal customization. Next up, moving up a tier, we have the Bravado Buffalo S. This is a solid drift car. It's got decent power, but not the strongest nor the most consistent mid-drive speed boost. However, it definitely has more power than the original Buffalo, which is its main advantage. In addition, this car handles good for a larger sedan. It's not too snappy. It's generally pretty smooth, but like the OG Buffalo, it can't hold a lot of angle. Overall though, it's got good value. It's fairly cheap, and it's just a generally underrated car, and it has really good customization in my opinion. Next up, moving up a tier once again, we have the Bravado Buffalo STX this time. This is a great overall drift car and makes a ton of power and has a very easy mid-drive speed boost to keep it going. It feels generally pretty stable during drifts because it's heavier. It has a bit of body roll, but this really doesn't hurt handling all that much. Like the other Buffaloes though, this car just doesn't hold a lot of angle. In addition, this car is super expensive. It's definitely not worth it if you're just gonna buy it for drifting. However, it is good for other purposes and has decent customization to back that up. Next up, we have the Benefactor Serrano. This is a very underrated gem of a drift car. This car has a ton of power and a very strong mid-drive speed boost to keep it going through those longer corners very consistently. Despite the amount of power it has though, it does handle pretty weird. Despite being extremely snappy, it still holds a decent amount of angle. It's a little bit more forgiving than you'd think just by how snappy it is, but it still isn't the easiest car to control. And because it's a lighter weight car, there's also not a ton of momentum to keep you going through a corner, so you really do need to rely on the power and the mid-drive speed boost to link those longer corners together. Overall, it's got a decent price and it's a very underrated car. However, there is minimal customization for this one. And last but not least, we have the Volker Warner. This is a very kind of cult classic drift car. It's very underrated. Not a ton of people know about it, but the people who do love it and swear by it. And I definitely agree with them. This car is great. It doesn't have a ton of power, but definitely has a consistent mid-drive speed boost to keep it going. However, if you're not hitting the speed boost at the right time, it can bog down pretty consistently. Separate from that, this car handles very smoothly. It does have a little bit of body roll, but this ultimately helps to keep it stable during drifting. It's got the perfect amount of front grip to keep it handling good during a drift, and a distinct lack of rear grip, which makes drifting very easy and smooth. Overall, this car has great value. It's cheap to buy. It's pretty underrated, but still has awesome customization. So I hope you guys enjoyed those 5 low grip tire drift builds and found them helpful. As always, feel free to let me know what you think of these cars down in the comments, and while you're there, leave any suggestions for other cars that you'd like me to check out. Definitely stay tuned for future episodes of this series coming very soon. Thank you all so much for watching and have an amazing day.